The jewelry, and I love gems, and I love colors, and I want it to never stop. Sedum is one of the best things that you can put in your garden. Philip, well, I'll tell you why in a minute, at least for me anyway, on a personal level. Philip Watson, it's so
Pleasure.
great to have you here. Mwah. He is a horticulturist, a landscape designer, creates gardens for all those she places here on the East Coast. But what you're getting is the Cottage Farms Rainbow Magic Carpet Sedum. The first couple things that I have to tell you is this will custom fit right to your home.
Yes.
It is an evergreen. It stays green the whole time. And you should know that these leaf colors are going to change and perform an explosion of color and magic all on their own. And in case I haven't mentioned yet, these will flower as well.
Yes.
They flower, what, how many different varieties? It's 12 different varieties.
12 different varieties. 50% larger than the one we had last year.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. And this is the absolute easiest of the easy. This is an example of the sorts that we've got. This is a tiny portion of one of the mats.
Oh my gosh.
A tiny portion. You can frame it. I love this look. And we're going to do lots of demos here.
Okay.
You can see exactly what to do.
Okay, and as far as value goes, I got to tell you, if you got this at cottagefarmdirect.com, it will cost you $69. This is basically 30 bucks off. So our today's special value price is $39.98, 50% more sedum at a better price, assorted colors,
yes,
year-round green, red, yellow, and 5 different flowers. Low maintenance on this one too. We're talking about ground cover that just flowers, and this is the only Cottage Farms Today's special value of the year.
You heard it here.
Ooh.
This is the way it arrives. Look at this.
Okay.
As soon as it arrives, and by the way, they come quickly. Open the box.
Okay.
You've got your little bag in here.
Wow.
This is what I love. You've got your growing guide that tells you all about this, which is guaranteed for a full year. Mm-hmm. Also, we've added something extra in here. Helpful tips and also ways to plant. Love this. This is an addition that we planted here. Now, okie dokie.
This is awesome.
We get to it. This is when the fun begins.
Oh
this
my
is our
gosh.
sedum mat. I'm crazy about this. Look.
Oh my gosh.
Feel it.
Yeah. Oh, I
Look
love
at that.
it. I love sedum.
This is tough stuff.
It's juicy. I love it. I love
And
the feel.
this
It's
is how we
succulent.
grow it. Look at this. I'm taking it out of here. This is durable stuff.
Good
It's
Lord.
a cocoa fiber.
Good Lord.
I love this. And listen, you cut this into strips. All over the place. This is the toughest thing ever for your garden. It connects all the dots in your garden. You want to see beauty?
Yeah. Let's go.
Beauty shots.
Okay.
Now,
all right, here's our soil. How great do you have to be a gardener first off to grow sedum?
well, let me just tell you, I always talk about the daylily being the easiest plant ever to grow.
Yeah.
This just knocked it off its throne.
I love it.
The
Okay, by the way,
sedum-
this is a perennial. It comes back year and year, and
Every
it spreads.
single year.
And you can cut it apart and re-put it other places, right?
Shall I?
Do it.
And this is what I love. I just got my nice pruners right here, and I cut off bits. I'm just going to cut off a couple of chunks here.
Okay, can I start planting? What do I do?
Honey,
I'm going to wait for you.
Well, let me just give you
so
3
succulent.
pieces, and then I'm going to show you. But
can't
they
even
look soft, and they are soft. That's what I love about these. They never go away. All parts of the country, these are going to be absolutely performers. And if you've got your stone pathway here, say this is a miniature stone pathway, don't cheat yourself. You don't have to plant it solid. Just stick one in there.
Okay.
I'm going to stick one over here.
Oh, this is going to be so cool.
I'm going to stick one there. Oh, I think I may just cut a few more pieces.
Cut a few more. Let's fill it in some more.
This is so much fun because all the color will happen. By the way, what I'm showing you is a dormant mat. In other words, it's not even growing right now. It looks beautiful now, but we're going to show you what the finished product looks out like a little bit later in the season when it gets going. Oh my goodness.
So I notice you haven't filled it all in, and that's because this will spread and fill itself in.
Yes, did you also notice that I'm not digging any holes to plant it?
Oh, I thought you were going to?
No, honey.
You're not going to?
No, I'm not going to.
Oh, dear. I love
That's
this
what he
already.
does. Look at this. This is what happens. This is
my
the way I did
gosh.
mine. We're going to show some images. This will completely fill in. I call this the living mortar for my stone walk because there's no possibility of weeds and nothing but color. That is one plug. That's at my garden right here in Westchester, Pennsylvania. One plug that was planted on May the 5th. This is early July. That's what it did.
Oh my
One
gosh.
little bitty plug.
Okay, wait. Can I get one? Can you guys order me one? Okay.
There's my pathway right there. I have a brand new garden there, and I wanted to make it look like it had been there, and I kept trying and trying. The sedum absolutely did it because see how it crept over the stones?
Yeah.
Those are little plugs. I didn't do them end to end. I let them spread, and in no time at all, they filled in. My garden looks like it has been there absolutely forever. Butterflies, hummingbirds, these are great. It takes light foot traffic through here. just fantastic. Any bits that fall off of it, guess what? They all turn into plants.
I love it.
Don't you?
Oh, and then, did you have a hanging basket too?
You know what that is?
No.
I thought it was at first too. It's a bird feeder.
No.
With a sedum roof to it. That's a tiny little bit of sedum. It's blooming in the middle of the summer. You've heard of the living roofs?
Yeah.
There is a living roof.
Oh my
It only
gosh.
has about an inch of soil, and that's growing there. Hot baking sun, rocking on all of the time. And then we're going to go back to a little visit to my garden here in Westchester, Pennsylvania. And I did a basket where I lined the edges of the basket with the sedum. That basket is still sitting on that table in my garden right now in all this cold and all of this snow, and it is living. And it's going to be beautiful. And the basket will fall apart before the plants do.
Oh my gosh,
That's the trick.
I love
But
this. By the
wait.
way, over 4,000 of them already ordered just in this show. This is something I want you to think about, those bald spots, those embankments, those slopes, the parts of the driveway, the garden walls, the pathways. The possibilities are endless, but what I love about it is, Philip, you're not constricting us to, here's how you grow it. You give us the sheet, and you say, where do you want it? Cut it up, strip it up, do it, customize it.
It's so versatile. These go in the cracks of the pavement. These also go in hanging baskets. These go in window boxes. These go on roofs. And now, look, if you've got pots, because we had a call in from a lady in Connecticut. She said, what do I do with my sedum pots in the wintertime?
Yeah.
You leave them outside.
For real.
That's the trick. Now, look at what I'm doing. We had this pot. I'm sticking one. I'm just settling in. Boom, boom, boom.
Okay.
There it is in there. Okay. Not even halfway through the season.
No. Can you look at this close up? Because I want you to see how beautiful this is. Please, look at how the succulents are. Look at these little rosettes. Look at over here, the little fern. Look at the yellow blooming. Look at the pinks, the reds, the purples. Show them this one over here. This one is so groovy. It's all different shades of green. It's very bright and beautiful.
These are just absolutely gorgeous. And you can leave these out all winter long, even if you live up on top of a mountain in Colorado.
Really?
They are that kind of tough.
Can I bring it in, though, if I want to?
Yes, bring it in and put it in your kitchen window where it gets sun.
Okay.
And about once every 2 weeks, you turn it all the way around. This is one of those few plants,
love
you go on
this.
vacation,
Yeah.
you forget to water.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't care.
Yeah. Okay, well, I have to give you some updates here.
Yeah.
Over how many of these ordered? 67,000 of these ordered today. Now over 5,000 just in this show. We have fewer than 19,000 left to go around. There's no wait list on this. There's no advanced orders. When they are gone, that's it. We're going to call it out as a sellout. A lot of people are on the phone lines, and a lot of people are picking up more than one as well.
Yeah.
Look at the way you've just added major curb appeal to my house.
Shall we?
When I pull up and I see, you see what's on the screen right now? Look at those colors.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's
And
beautiful.
let me just show you this. This is what's coming
Oh,
out.
gosh,
It's
I love
dormant.
that.
This is what you're getting. And what I did is I cut this one and I cut it into 3 by 3 squares.
Okay.
This one magic carpet gives me 30 little plugs. I stuck them in pots. Look,
This is them.
30 pots.
Oh my
This is what they look
gosh.
like when they're blooming. Look,
Oh
look
my-
how many there are.
Oh my
Look,
goodness.
all
one
the way
sheet,
down.
One sheet.
This is one. And this
Unbelievable.
is this season. This is absolutely one right here. Unbelievable. All of this, the most durable plant we've ever offered. And
Holy smokes. Yeah.
ready to come
What
down
did
to
you
the
do?
party patio?
I can't even stand this. Yeah.
This
I'm
is the party
dying.
patio.
Yeah, this is fabulous.
Thank you very much.
Oh my
I
gosh.
absolutely love this because it is an absolute tapestry. If you've ever had a loose stone pathway, you know weeds are always growing in there. You're
Yeah.
always trying to figure out, what can I put there? What can I put there? These are there for good. I call it my living mortar because it settles things in, and because it manifests itself 12 months out of the year, even winter weeds can't get established. There's no possibility of weeds. It settles in your pathway and will make your garden look like it's been there forever.
Okay, now there are fewer than 18 what? There's fewer than 18,000 to go around. Lots of people are picking up more than 2. Think about this, because this used to be me, Philip.
Yes.
I would get a flat. Okay, I get my flat of petunias. I haul it home, all the dirt. I have to dig, right? I have to pull the pot out. I have to get rid of the plastic thing, stick it in the dirt, water, press. Oh dear. To be able to get this, our today's special value, just clip it and put it down. Clip it and put it down.
That's it.
Clip it and put it down.
Right on the clean ground, get rid of the grass, and also, look at this.
What? Oh.
Guess whose house that is?
Is that mine?
My house.
Is that going to be mine?
It could be yours. This is my house. And by the way, that entire garden went in last year. I put the sedums in on the 5th of May after the show was over.
Yeah.
And then by the 4th of July, it was carrying on. This lady right here is laying her strips of sedum between her stones. It is so, so easy.
Love
and
it.
don't throw away any of the little bits. Every little bit makes a plant. It's just like magic. And here's my garden. This is around the 4th of July with all, see the colorful foliage that I have?
Yes.
But the pathway is spectacular. The butterflies come there, the hummingbirds come down there, and I look out my office window and I see this. And it's heavenly to me. I put my fence up. It's a nice private little Eden for myself.
You know what's so nice about this is not only is it, you know, a great ground cover, but we're talking about one that changes color.
It does.
The leaves change color. Leaves will go from red to yellow, then you've got green, and then it flowers up too. The flowers come up 5 different colors of the flowers.
And they're so great that you don't have to trim any, because one of the big questions was, do I need to trim this?
Yeah.
No. These only get 3 to 8 inches tall, and the 8 inches tall part is some of the flower spikes will stand up that high. But you do not have to trim it.
Oh my
you
gosh.
don't have to spray it. You don't have to worry about anything eating it. You also don't have to worry about replacing it. One and done, it's there. That's our centerpiece right there. We've got a sedum pot in the center, and Barbara King did our gorgeous placemats out of the sedum mats.
Oh my word, you're kidding
it's
me.
magnificent,
It
because
really
she's so
is.
clever.
Yeah,
Isn't she?
she's very talented, I will say that. So let me ask you this, when I get this home, when I
Yes.
get the box home,
Right.
How soon before, I saw you, come back over
Well,
here, man.
some people
How
will be
soon
getting
does it
theirs
take-
next week.
No, I mean, how soon will I get the results? Like I saw your pathway here that you cut and you clipped and you did.
Okay.
When will it be filled in?
Okay, let me give you an example. I got my sedums and I planted them exactly like that in the pathway that you saw of my garden. On May the 5th, I planted them like that. The 1st of July, it was solid and also creeping out over the stones. I
Wow.
encourage you, I'm using a miniature version here, I encourage you to use large stones, like 1.5 feet across, because they do creep in, and you do want to still see bits of the stone to give you that palomino look. And I love that. Also, the butterflies will come for the blooms on the sedums, and they will use the stones as basking rocks. I put off to the side a big bowl of water so they can go to that and have stones there. They love all of that.
Gosh.
But it is a living tapestry, and it's the way to integrate the pathway into the rest of the garden. It
Love
connects
it.
all the dots.
So we have a question. Someone
Yeah.
said, what does this look like in the winter when it's not all bloomy and flowery and yada, yada, yada? Is that it right there in the
Yes.
winter?
Well, there is an example of what all of them look like when they're in the growing state, and they have not yet start blooming, but I wanted to show you how beautiful the foliage is. This is in our greenhouse where we grow all of these. These are tough as nails, no pests at all, and this is our custom mix just for our QVC customer. You cannot find this anywhere else, but what does it look like in the wintertime? These are dormant. This is the way it looks in the winter.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah,
that looks pretty darn good.
that's good. Yeah,
And
it's
this
not
is-
brown and dead.
This is the dormant state. We've got the burgundies, you've got the greens, you've got the golds in here. This is the way it comes. You think it's not tough? Child, this stuff is tough.
my
You can cut out the
word.
bits that you want. Plug it in right here.
Plug it in.
Plug
don't
it in your
be-
pots. The
What
only
did you do? I like this one over here that you
the
did. What did you-
strawberry jar.
Yes.
Yes, and everybody's got an old hanging basket or an old strawberry jar. Stick little bits in there,
Look at this, you
and this
guys.
just uses a tiny portion of your magic carpet. You
Are
got
you kidding?
lots,
I would
lots
love
more.
to have this on my picnic table outside. What about right beside me on the front porch with I'm sitting on my white wicker chair?
And if you forget to water it,
Does it matter?
It doesn't die.
How'd you? Oh,
This
dear.
is the only thing that
is
we have ever
gorgeous.
had that I say you can go on a long vacation and don't have to have someone water your plants. This is the way that will work.
What's the bloom time? How often do I get all these pretty flower
They
colors?
start blooming in late May and they'll bloom all the way into early September,
I'm in
all different
love.
ones. Now, vertical gardening, look, so beautiful, we put it in a frame.
Wow.
This is, again, a tiny portion of what you have. People are hanging these things up on walls.
Yeah.
Also, if you want to do this, you hang it on the wall, you've got people over for dinner, bring it over, set it flat in the middle of the table and stick a candle right in the center.
You know what I love to do with this, Philip, is window boxes. Because
Yes.
the window boxes, right? You have to really get up there. You've got to water. You've got to take care of this,
Right.
that, and the other thing. If I could have worry-free window boxes and these beautiful colors, it would be perfect. We're going to go to the phones, and just let
Good.
me remind you, this is sedum. It's juicy. It's succulent. But this specifically is 300 plants, 12 different varieties. The leaves themselves change color to reds and yellows and greens, and then it blooms in 5 different flower colorations. It is an amazing value because if you were to try to get this from Cottage Farms themselves, you would pay $30 more. This is actually 50% more sedum at a better price than last year.
Yes.
And the only Cottage Farms Today special value of the entire year. We're going to say hi to Barbara. Barbara, you're live on the air. This is Philip. I'm Antonella. How much do you love this today's special value?
It is just gorgeous. It truly is. I can't wait to get it.
Oh, thank you, Barbara. Have you ever had sedums before?
No, I haven't, and this is my first order from Cottage Farms. I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh, good. I'm
That's
so
awesome.
glad you called in. Listen, I grew up in Mississippi, and I learned about these early on. My great aunt showed me how the little pieces would root if you just dropped them on the ground, and I thought, wow, this is magic. I'm in.
Well, I want to use it starting out, a part of it, as a ground cover in an area where I can't seem to get anything to grow.
Right.
And then I want to do some pots on my patio.
Well, I tell you what I did with my pots too, Barbara. You know how you get invited over for lunch or something like that, and you don't always want to take a bottle of wine? I did these, you know, you can make 30 pots out of one of these, and I would fix up these little pots of sedum and take them as a gift when I'd go for lunch or dinner, and then they think about me the rest of the year.
What a great idea. I like that.
And they won't die.
And that's something that would last. The wine would be gone.
Exactly, and they would remember who you were halfway through the bottle.
That's true.
Barbara, thank you so much for calling in today. Enjoy it. I hope it works for me and you because I got it as well. So,
oh,
thank you.
It was wonderful talking to you, Philip, and Antonella. You're just one of my favorites.
Thank you.
She's a gem in herself, isn't she?
I'm
Geez.
sure she is.
Thanks, Barbara. Have a great day.
Have a wonderful rest of the week.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye.
Skim me over this. I got to see this again.
Okay,
'cause
we'll take a
Philip
look at this.
is now, let me get it real clear. This is just one today's special value
Yes.
flat. Follow me on. Look at this. These are beautiful.
A 3-inch by 3-inch plug cut out of one flat makes 30 pots. These are in blooming state. This is what they're going to do in the summer this year.
This year, this summer.
All of
could
this.
Be you. Are you tired of pulling up your driveway and seeing that ugly border or the one that won't even grow, that is dying? Are you tired of seeing weeds sparking
Yes.
up between your rocks, your pathways, your walkways? How would you like to see color and flowers and foliage that is just beautiful and it stays year round?
And there is that tapestry. Look at that look. Who wouldn't want that? You walk out into your garden, who knew a pathway could be that beautiful? I tell you another thing I like about it instead of the regular mortar is because this will perk. You will not have pools of water. Because you have the plants there, the water passes through and you don't have all of that big mess.
That's so cool. And don't forget, you can do the hanging baskets. You can do the window boxes. That is so cool.
Yeah.
That, what'd you call that?
The living
roof.
Yeah.
I like that too.
Eco-friendly.
And I can leave it out during the winter.
Yes, you can, and make a wreath out of it.
Oh dear, the possibilities are endless. Maybe I should get a second one. Oh dear.
I think maybe you, and the thing is the deer won't eat it.
I
Don't
like
worry
that.
about the deer.
I like that too.
Yeah.
Over 72,000, what's that? Over 72,000 of these have been ordered, fewer than 15,000 left to go around. We're very busy on the phone lines. Please use automated ordering or QVC.com or any of your apps. Make sure you get yours because there is no wait list. There is no reorder. This is it. Thank you, sir. Oh,
Pleasure.
I can't wait
Love
to
seeing
get